When did you realize you don't really have friends? For 4 years, I was the friend with the car. I got my driver's license first, so naturally I became everyone's ride. At first, I loved it. I picked people up for class, drove everyone to concerts, helped friends move apartments, and volunteered to be the designated driver every weekend. I knew everyone's coffee order, whose apartment buzzer was broken, and who got car sick sitting in the back seat. I felt important, needed, part of something. My friends even had a nickname for me. Mom, ask Mom if she can drive. Mom, can we stop for fries? Mom, I left my jacket inside. I laughed along with it because I thought it meant they trusted me. I didn't realize I was being assigned a job. By senior year, I was spending almost $200 a month on gas. Nobody ever offered money. I told myself real friends don't keep score. Then came my birthday. I turned 23 on a Saturday, which meant everyone was finally free to celebrate. I made dinner reservations, bought a new dress, and even booked an escape room because we'd all talked about doing one for years. For once, I wasn't planning everyone else's night. This one was for me. At noon, my phone buzzed. Samantha. Hey girl, I woke up sick. 5 minutes later, Megan. My boss called me in. Then Chris. Family thing came up. One by one, everyone canceled. By 3 o'clock, every single person had backed out. I sat on my couch wearing a birthday sash my sister had mailed me, staring at my phone. No cake, no dinner, no plans. I ended up ordering takeout and watching old sitcoms by myself. At 11 that night, I got a notification. Someone had posted on Instagram. There they were. All 6 of them. At the exact restaurant I'd reserved, wearing party hats, holding giant margaritas. A birthday cake sat in the middle of the table. The caption read, "Finally a stress-free night with the crew." I remember reading it 3 times. Stress-free. My hands actually started shaking. Then I noticed the comments. One of the twins had written, "No coordinating, no schedules, no mom mode tonight." Another replied, "Best night ever." I just stared at my phone. I wasn't their friend. I was their unpaid event planner, their driver, their emergency contact, their responsible adult, and apparently I was stressful. Nobody noticed I saw the post. The next morning my phone exploded. "Happy birthday. Sorry we missed yesterday. Rain check. We'll celebrate next weekend." I didn't answer. Instead, I scrolled through our old messages. Hundreds of them. "Can you pick me up? Can you drive? Can you grab my prescription? Can you help me move? Can you bring snacks?" I kept scrolling. Almost none of them asked how I was doing. Almost none. 2 weeks later, Samantha called in tears. Her car had broken down on the highway. "Please come get me." I almost said yes automatically. Then I stopped. I asked, "Did anyone else say no?" Silence. Then quietly, "Everyone." I sat there gripping my phone. For the first time in years, I wasn't their first choice. I was their last resort. "I'm sorry," I said. "I can't help tonight." She sounded shocked. "What? Why?" I took a deep breath. "Because I think you guys only like me when you need something." Silence. Then she laughed. A nervous little laugh. "You're being dramatic." That hurt more than if she'd yelled. Because if I was dramatic, then my loneliness wasn't real. My birthday didn't matter. None of it mattered. I hung up. For the next month, nobody called. Nobody texted. Nobody checked in. And honestly, that answered every question I'd been afraid to ask. Then, 6 weeks later, I got another message. A group invitation. "Friendsgiving at Megan's. Hope you can make it." No apology. No acknowledgement. Just another event. I almost ignored it. Then I went. When I walked in, everyone looked relieved. Like the babysitter had finally come back. Chris smiled. "We were hoping you'd drive tonight." I actually laughed. A real laugh. Because suddenly everything made sense. I wasn't missed. I was useful. I put the casserole I'd brought on the counter, grabbed my purse, and headed for the door. "Wait," Samantha called. "You're leaving?" I turned around. For the first time in 4 years, I said exactly what I'd been thinking. "You guys don't miss me." The room went quiet. "You miss what I do for you." Nobody argued. Nobody denied it. Because they couldn't. I smiled. Not an angry smile. A relieved one. Then I said the sentence that changed my life. "I'd rather eat alone than sit at a table where my only purpose is being convenient." And I left. A year later, I had 3 new friends. The kind who remember my birthday. Who split gas money without being asked. Who called just to talk. Last month, one of them drove 40 minutes to bring me soup when I had the flu. She wouldn't even let me pay her back. That's when I realized something. Being alone for a while is painful, but it's nowhere near as lonely as being surrounded by people who only love your usefulness.